She's the one I feel inside me.
We move to the Leonardo da Vinci, the Salvator Mundi.
Nearly 20 minutes of nail-biting bidding on Wednesday night shattered the world record for the most expensive work of art ever sold at auction.
$400 million is the bid, and the piece is sold.
While some in the art world have questioned whether the 500-year-old portrait of Christ is an authentic Da Vinci, the potential buyers certainly weren't concerned. With the fees,
because God knows, if this painting goes to a private collector, it won't be seen for a long, long time. Looking at that painting, it's just a first look immediately tells me it's a Leonardo. Nobody could paint hair like that. Only he could paint a crystal ball without its inner imperfections. There's something about the folds, the way he depicted drapery is particularly similar to a lot of the drapery present in most of his works. It's a depiction of Christ. Most paintings depicting like saints or divinity, they rely on having a because God knows, if this painting goes to a private collector, it won't be seen for a long, long time. Looking at that painting, it's just a first look immediately tells me it's a Leonardo.
And so we were thinking, wow, this stuff goes back a long way. And so we were thinking, wow, this stuff goes back a long way. And I was just thinking, well, maybe it goes back even farther than that. Because before the 50s, like way, way far back, like 2,000 years ago or so, so a couple millennia ago, back in ancient Britain, the UK and all that, before it became the UK, there was a warrior queen there named Boudica. I think Boudica means victory. And so
Peanut is a
Boudica
Christian
was
friend I
Celtic
found.
queen that lived at that time. And that's related, in a sense, to the puka, which comes from that same part of the world. From that Celtic mythology, the puka, the shape changer, the rabbit, if you will, from Harvey. So in that story with Boudica from history, she was a queen, and her father, well, before she was a queen, she was a princess, if you will, and her father was a king. At that time, all these Celtic tribes were kind of individual. They were divided. They're like little city-states, which had loyalties bound through, clans and whatnot, family relations to whoever was the chief or the head of that clan, the king, if you will. And not all tribes got along. There was a lot of conflict in that culture. So
She lives in me.
what happened was Rome was unified at the time. Rome was like the global power, if you will.
I did something
So
and the
it's sort of
spirit
like,
came
the
out of
superpower the
me.
ancient world. What happened was Rome created an alliance with the Iceni.
She came
that's
out
the name
of
of that
me.
tribe that Boudica was a princess of, and they had
Though
profited from that relationship with Rome. But what ended up happening was after Boudica's father
I know that she's got
died,
red hair
then according to the
because
rules of
she
that
didn't.
culture, she was supposed to be queen, and
Okay.
then she was supposed to be in charge.
She
And
did
what
the
happened
same
was
as Michael.
Rome was
She didn't look at me.
basically kind of pulled a fast one and was like, you know what, sorry,
It
too
was
bad, but
exactly
we're
like the
taking over
picture
now.
of Jesus.
Because we don't, in our culture, don't respect
The finger bowing.
women having power or the ability to pass down roles of authority, etc. So all your property now belongs to Rome. so she was like, I don't think so. This isn't right. And so to make a long story short, the Romans beat her and raped her her daughter, I think it was. I mean, it was brutal. And it was just like total thug style. And so so there she was. She was insulted. Everything she was taking. She was beaten. Everything she knew and was due to her heritage and last will or whatever inheritance was taken from her, and she was beaten and raped. And it's hard to imagine a whole lot that could be worse than that. And so, of course, she was upset, and she's like, "Well, I don't think so. This is above and beyond the call of anything that I'm willing to just accept. So it's time for some payback." So she's gathering her armies together to fight Rome, and she's with a full-on wanted vengeance, big time. And so she wanted to make sure that she attacked at a time that was, which would be at her advantage or good luck for her or whatever. So what she did was she took a rabbit, and as a ritual, she let the white rabbit go from her grasp to see which direction the rabbit ran in. And I don't understand that ritual, but it has something to do with predicting the future. So the white rabbit, at least as far back as 2,000 years ago in Boudicca's time in ancient Britain, it was used to tell or prognosticate the future. So I don't want to bore you with all the details of Boudica, but let's just say, she went out and raised an army and just basically, it ended up in warfare where a lot of people ended up dying and whatnot. And it ended tragically. But that's not the point of this. The point is that that white rabbit was used to foretell the future. And I think that might be related to, like, say, things like Easter with the Easter bunny and whatnot. British Isles, in my opinion,
Me and Bridget and the family are the same age.
Breed, or there's different pronunciations and spellings for those names. But Bridget was a goddess of the dawn who the Catholic Church appropriated and turned into Saint Bridget. But basically, the myth, as I understand it, is for that dawn goddess is that a lot of people don't know this about her, but like she would have been half light and half darkness. Like her face would be divided down the middle, where half of it would be dark and the other half would be light. And the reason for that is because she's like the dawn goddess, so she would come out while it's not quite day, but it's not
Morning
quite
star.
night either. So it's like half and half dark, half light, half black, half white, etc. And so that whole rabbit thing was probably linked to her and the dawn. And so the other thing, the point I wanted to make is that in some strange way, the rabbit, regarding Easter and whatnot, and springtime and the equinox, as well as the dawn sky, has some solar significance. So probably a lot of people haven't realized that before. And I'm, to my knowledge, the first person who's recognizing this is that if you think about it, the rabbit is being a solar image or symbol, etc., is that the rabbit burrows underground. That makes its hole, or its rabbit hole, if you will. And so the rabbit has ties to the underworld. That's so it's like it has, the rabbit's the one that punches the hole that makes it way through to a different dimension or time travel.
I've walked through other worlds.
I think has something to do with how when the sun leaves the sky in darkness,
one of my gods took me into another planet.
Burrows
the one who offered me a
intertwines,
deal,
like, into the earth. It
more
kind of buries its head in
more than what that painting's
and then when
worth.
it comes back up again, it's like it's leaving the rabbit hole. It's coming back out again. And specifically a white rabbit, because white Easter is probably related to, I think, Ishtar, Easter, right? They're kind of like related words to Isis, if you will. So Isis, Ishtar.
Current conjecture circulating that this masterpiece may not even be the real deal.
I'm completely convinced it's by Leonardo.
Diane
For me,
Sawyer,
I've only just come across this
has been
painting,
restoring the painting on and off since 2005, working countless painstaking hours to carefully
and you can have a look at it and how they. What I've been all on about is the balance,
For a very long time.
and you can see the other finger bend down, the higher finger, to show that it's
Who was doing
into a balance, bows down,
analysis done
and then
with other paintings.
how I've said that I'm here to get rid of, to do away with sacrifices and idols. You can see the cross. It's not like a normal cross. It's crisscross.
So let's take a look at this thing. Why would you buy
And in the painting,
explain why there are questions. Put this thing
when he holds in the other hand the orb, how I've shown you is how that orb, that spot, that black spot, and it's opened up, and I've held it in my hand, and it's in a universe, in a spectrum, the density of the dark, and then the came around, and then the other glow, and then the other glow, and it just showed me it like that, and then the black and the white were eating of one another, but none of them were dying. They just got bigger and bigger in my hand, and then I can see, like, it's made, this painting, there it is a she and a he, and the expression and the eye on one side, that you can see if there's a he and a she. He's showing you there's two, how he holds up his right finger, and he's showing two. How in your religious Jesus, or the Christian book and that, you know, that Jesus is the only Saviour and blah blah blah. Then no, it's he and she, and I've always been telling you it's about a balance, and this painting is showing it.
If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the
So
link here.
that was just my take on the painting. Okay, so how I said I've been having these spiritual events and that. Okay, over 6 months or more ago, because I got going to a lot of things happened to me and all, and it was one of my stories, and she brought herself aware to me, like, oh, I had a shock, and like how I walked into a shopping centre one time, and the Muslim lady seen me and just screamed, and then the husband goes, "What's wrong?" And I just go, "I turned at him," and but then another time in the same place, these three Muslims, and it's like she jumped inside me, like she was fearing them, because well, when you hear the story of what happened in there, what happened to her in the past when she let the white rabbit go, you know, they tortured her and raped her and pillaged her and everything, this queen. And this is the Simpson side of me, the Scottish blood. As I've said before, this is my biography because I had so much in my head, and all I know who really knows me and have shown me just so much utmost respect in a way are these four angels. Okay, I've said there's like 4 golden aliens down here. In your storybook, it's 4 angels down here. Do you see angels flying around? Do you see golden aliens flying around? Well, these 4 angels that they have come into my life, and I've told you the story when I went to the other side and everything like that. And they have shown me like utmost respect, like and that's how come I didn't take the deal and all this and that, because all these other events what happened, some things I haven't even said because it's so like out there to explain, but it's like going into the future and you don't even really know you're in the future. Like I've said before about somebody telling me you'll know in the future, Bruce, and they walk over there and they just disappear. And there was like this machine, what I'm holding in my hand, that wasn't around back then. So I'll just show you something else of the 13th angel, what is a bit of a mystery to me. Because I've tried to show you this before on my back there. I woke up with these. It's like in that time when I met the Christians in there, and I told you I had this scar on one of my wrists. My wrist had a big scar on it, and I don't know what happened that night. And that's how come the whole, that next day, and I've woken up with that, and that's when the Holy Spirit came first into my life. But another event. Well, not really an event, I just woke up the next day and these scars were on my back, but I didn't even know they were on my back, if you can see them now, because I've tried to show them before. That's my tattoo. I got it at 13 years old. It's a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. The other one is Beauty. I didn't go into a tattooist. That's a bit of a story about that. It's I wanted to marry a redhead, and it must be this lesson, because she came out of me and she's a redhead, and Beauty came along. Well, her name is Bo, Daniel and Dimitri's mum, and B-O, as some people say it like that, but then she said B-E-A-U. So I had Bo on there, and then we fell out, and so I couldn't get rid of it. I've got rid of ones before. Cut out the hair, I cut it out myself in the middle. That's my daughter's name. That's my son's name, my oldest. And because somebody was not impressed with it, so I cut that out. But I couldn't cut this out because it was just so deep. So then I go back to another place and got TY on it, so it says Beauty. And then my other scar, what he said to me, oh, it's only a mark, and that was like when I was about 12 or 13 years old. The guy grabbed my hand and just said, I go, what did you do? Oh, it's only a mark, and that's on my right hand. And that's what the words he used. And because what it is with me, I can go into myself and I actually see, not myself, but I see the event. When I'm thinking back as like a 12-year-old, my story of Bruno and memories, I'm going back and I'm seeing all my childhood. It's like a movie. And just like how I've said I've died before and I've looked down in this world and it's all like a TV screen, and then I'm on top of somebody's shoulder and I've seen all these lies and this and that. And then, so when I hear about this utmost respect about these angels, and then I heard, like I told you not so long ago on one of my videos, that I heard that I got told that the 13th angel was the devil, and some people look at it like that, and then I'm like, well, but take it on board, whatever you like of these words and that. And then you could go, oh, $4 million, $400 million for the kills. Gosh, he could have just come and got pictures of photographed there. Could have, but even the money of that, honestly, what I got offered was even greater than what that picture is worth. Okay, so there was between those two gods, one to this, but I passed through it, and I'm still here in this white room. I know it sounds crazy when I talk about that, and it's a blood moon here tonight. It's a full moon, and it's like the event's going to start happening. Blood's going to start being shed. It's just too much is adding up to it, and maybe that's how I'm putting this out now. Okay, so I discovered her inside me over 6 months ago because of just some events, and she was like frightened, like in a way. And so and like I've said, all I know is death before dishonor. So and in that video, in one of my videos, I was asking that Palladian, the video called Naughty Jesus equals Naughty Beaver. Oh no, the Palladian with Naughty Beaver in it. Did I call it that? Well, anyway, I've been throwing a couple of those out because just the way that they are, and I just thought I'll give a clip of the full moon here in New Zealand. She's pretty glowing up there. It's come really good in my picture today. They call this the red moon, and if you can see some events what are happening, the red moon. So red flows, and the Abel and Cain story, the first blood what was spilt. So can you start seeing some red into this picture around the moon?
You. Orange! My orange!
I didn't tell you about the colour that time, but that was the colour what I came here on. It was like that Pink Floyd movie and you're getting minced through. It was orange. And Dimitri says it so often, oh my orange! Because he carries around 5 colours.
What do you read? No, I should. What do you like? Like me? Like. What?
what I wanted to say. It's not working out the best with this light behind me.
No can forever. Color. Wow.
Yeah, and I can't hold it with the camera like this.
Wow. Yes. I know color that. No, it's 6 rock. What? Not me, rock? 6 rock. Rock. What?
Okay, love yous all. Peace out. Peace within. Peace within, guys. Remember, you're spiritually immortal. I love you here and there. Love me here and there. Oh, this. I'll just quickly add how I seen my spirit, how she's inside me, because I throw out love here so much to people, to you know, love me, love you. I was throwing this out, and that this I don't really say who, but this elderly lady, and she's she knew people from my past and that, and well, I gave her a big hug and love and this and that, and then my energy shifted, and then my spirit's hugging me on the other, hugging with her, with me, from me, with hugging her with me. So my spirit came out like that, and I didn't see, like, so they've both got their head down hugging into me, and that's how I seen her, the spirit come out of me, because when I left from the room and I'm walking out, she came running after me, and because I felt the shift, like I walked about 30, like 100 feet away, and then this, she's coming running after me, and she just goes, I have to give you something, and she gave me a hug, and then I felt the energy come back into me, because that's this unconditional love what I feel around what Paul, it just really vibrates, and yeah, so that's how I seen the sight of her, but I haven't seen her face, but she's got red hair, and she wears red, and this and that, and like what I've been saying, I'm all about the balance, and when I'm saying to you, all your religions, you know, the balance is he and her, he and she. And that Jesus painting, that whoever's bought that knows the secret, and knows, like, I held that the universe, but I can't show you that thing, because that spot, it's, well, I can't, I feel there's going to be a time, because it can come on really strong, and it grows like that, and well, all in the stories on well, one, yes, look, even the Lord's got our back, and I described to you, I've discovered that the Bible is God and the devil, but one wants to rule, okay? One wants to rule, so one wants to get rid of one, and one wants to get rid of the other. He and she, one wants to do, and then I discovered in that Bible book, it's to destroy man. It's to destroy man. The essence, what can live inside us, and there's that essence of he and she, and when my four angels were so unbelievable towards me, like a love and compassion one. It's incredible, and that's how come I didn't take that deal and all, because there's even more to that, and they had both essence in them, okay? They had both essence, and more is getting revealed to me as well. Wow, there's seeing something in there. But love you all. Peace out. Peace with it.